little kind.
Yeah.
So Shalom, Miss Stone, peace, salutation to the brother doing the work of sincerity and truth. The hopeful elect, the brother that's waiting and laboring every day, waiting for you. How about you now, to return so we can get out this place? Peace and salutations to you, brothers, man. So, brothers just we just speaking, and and we really understand that, the things that we're going through at this moment and the time that we're in and the scoffing and the niggas and that flip-flopping the doctrine, a must needs be. But all the stress, the things that we're going through and the stress and the drama and the hazard in our lives, this is worth it, man. This thing is worth it. The kingdom, the promise, the kingdom is worth it, man. The reward is worth it. This hell we're going through is worth it. The apostles, most of them perished, except we noted as John, who most likely either he died in the Isle of Patmos, or we really don't know, but we know he was probably in old age at that time. So most of them got crucified. But this thing is worth the trauma and the drama we see, whatever we went through our life, the kingdom is worth it, bro. All right? Who got it?
This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Right.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears.
Right. So this we'll bring this scripture out, but basically it's a lot of hell and things that we're gonna have to go through, even in the time when martial law come around. We got and right now we're going through situations where you got guys that's perverting the doctrine, being fucking wicked, on purpose. But that's through and Satan is just taking them by grips and just like puppet strings and just tied their mouth to say stupid shit. Pinocchio out here, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth.
Right. So this part again.
2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth.
See, it's a lot of times they preaching Yahweh Shah and strife and turning their ears from the truth. Why? Because if they don't see the end yet. A lot of them don't see the end. They trying to count the days. Well, they didn't go in for the chip ain't being really mass produced at this moment. Maybe I got it to my child be 20. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'd be an old man at that moment. Hey, I could just parlay this and be an Israelite and have types come to me and I could pay I could get that Lamborghini I want. Comfy did it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and then they turn their ears from the truth. Meaning that now, you got people that actually watch you and watched you. And now you're bringing fairy tales and fallacies and fables, which are not actually the doctrine that was already presented beforehand. Go ahead, bring that real quick.
This is Acts 2 and 42. And they, can I start at 41? Mm-hmm. And then they gladly received the word of his words were baptized, mm-hmm. And the same day there was added unto them about 3,000 souls.
Right, because the words, because you could be baptized in the word, these words, you see a lot of the word of baptism is counted to be immersed, and if the spirit is immersed on you, man, they was given the word and understanding in these scriptures, man. It's not just water, the word, they were baptized in the word, man. Go ahead.
And they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and follow and fellowship and in breaking bread and in prayer.
See, that's men that was wholeheartedly and stood steadfast in the doctrine that was presented and never. The Lord, that was the Spirit on them. You know, Lord willing to, you know, you might have something that fell off, but at this moment, he said 3,000 were brought to it. They didn't say nothing else, but 3,000 were with Yahweh, was with this in the Spirit, you know. Like we collectively, men of great millstone through the Spirit of Yahweh, shine in the Spirit, man. You know, these things got to happen, man. That you see all this strife. Go ahead, bro. We're gonna preach about that.
1 Corinthians 4 and 1, letting man so account. So let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Yahweh Shai and stewards of the mystery of Yahweh. Verse 2, moreover, it is requested in steward that a man be found faithful. So that's what I was saying in the apostle doctrine, because they were in the stewardship of Yahweh Shai while he was gone.
Right.
Same thing with the apostles today. It's not the actual apostle doctrine. It's a doctrine which was given to the apostles by Yahweh Shai in the Spirit.
How about Yahweh Shai? And you know, it's just amazing how it's the lies or the lies that's been not even seen through these guys. It's easy to see the transparency of them, you know, but now, you know, you got guys that's taking hold and heed to these niggas and their doctrine, meaning you got a lot of people out here that's taking hope, that's believing what they're saying. And that's how these niggas is simple, man. And this thing is simple. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Back in 2 Timothy chapter 4, this is verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. Verse 7, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
Right. And that's what we only trying to do. Fight through this time, the perils that's to come. Lord willing, we make it to the end, you know, or become martyrs for the name of Yahweh Shai. You know, but we're not gonna stop. You know, the reward is greater than this carnal goddamn place, man, or some property, or you having a nice car, or you having a 10 women, you know, because the kingdom you will be able to do whatever you please in the name of Yahweh Shai, you know, but you're gonna be at rest finally. These bodies, we are young men. And our bodies are weary, man. You know, tired. He said he fought the good fight. You gotta fight this, man. You gotta go through this. You gotta rumble through this, man. You gotta fight them demons mainly, man. You gotta fight them demons continuously. The seducing spirits out here, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8.
Yes,
henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord Yahweh Shai, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto them also that love his appearing. So come, we're gonna get them crowns, Lord willing. We're of the elect, like it says in 2 Ezra chapter 2, starting at verse 42, man, where Ezra saw Yahweh Shai crowning those who stood so stiffly for his name, you know.
You get yours real quick.
Okay. 2 Peter 1 and 10. Wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election assured. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. And God, if we hold fast to the things that we've been taught, we should never fall from this doctrine. I don't see why motherfuckers want to go off and say other shit, but they got a spirit of demons on them. But that's all I gotta say.
Second Ezra 7:50. And well, starting at 49. For what profit is unto us if there be promised us immortal time, whereas we have done the works that being dead, and that there is a promise of an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. Because this is Ezra was telling the angel who's speaking to him. He's like, how are we going to receive this promise if we're so wicked? If we're so wicked, how should we receive everlasting life? So I'm gonna jump down. This is verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which men that is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. Because the ones that be overcome by this world, they're going to suffer, man. They're going to be destroyed by the Heavenly Father. And that's what the angel was telling me. He's like, the ones that lose the fight, that lose against a spiritual demon Satan, they're going to be destroyed, man. They're going to die in these last days because they lost. They got overcome. And that's what all these scoffers are. They're just people who've lost the fight. They've given up. They were overcome by this world, so they lost. And now they're going to suffer the things which are written in the scripture. This verse, going back to it. And if he get the victory, he shall receive the things that I say. And how are we going to receive the victory? By trusting in Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by doing this work and can continue in it, no matter what comes upon us, no matter the demons, which fuck with all brothers in this truth, the fleshly shit, beating the mortals, the mortal self, beating your mortal self down, trying to be more immortal, constantly fighting with yourself day by day. If you keep doing that, you're going to receive the victory. This verse 59. For this is a life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lives, saying, choose ye life that thou may live. Because if you choose life, you're going to receive everlasting life. You're going to receive the kingdom. But if you're overcome by this world, you're going to die. You're letting your flesh destroy you, letting these demons get to your mind. You got to fight against that. Like Yahushua gave a blueprint of what to do. He said, fast and pray. He said, you pray to the Lord constantly, ask the Lord for mercy, beseech him. Those are the ways the tools you use to not be overcome by this world. Because this world, the job of this world is to overcome us, man. That's the fight. To not be overcome by the world. And if you don't fight, you're gonna end up like Egghead, Nazariah, because they're just dudes who've lost the fight. They've given up and they were overcome.
I got this real quick. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. All right, now we'll jump to verse 11. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. All right, so basically you work till you're in. There's a scripture in the same chapter Ariel just brought out in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, telling you how you can't get the kingdom unless I'll just get it real quick. Basically, you can't get the kingdom at least you walk through the straight gate. It starts at, it's like 7 to 12 or 8 to 12.
This is 2nd Ezra 7 and 12. Being aware the entrance of this world may narrow, full of sorrows and travail, they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. For the entrance of the elder world was wide and short.
So this is spiritual talk for the ways. In order to make it to the kingdom, you're going to have to suffer. All right, and those who are willing to do so, they take cop-outs and whatever methods. And that's why you see scoffers popping up the woodwork. You got niggerlights that all they want to do is have barbecues and cookouts. If you're not suffering daily for the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, then more likely he's not dealing with you. Because it's true. All the you look at our I wasn't saying look at they wrote a book of remembrance. All right, look at the days of old. What's everything that the prophets went through, everything that the old holy men went through, they kept catching hell up until the end, and then they was finally given their reward. It's the same thing for us here now. We suffer, we go through all these trials and tribulations in order to receive our reward. And if you don't want to do so, then the Most High will send demons upon you, or He'll let you just stay a dumb nigga in the world.
I got a precept.
Verse 9. It says, if this city were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the dangers set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
So you gotta pass the test. You can't give a fucking Ferrari to a 5-year-old. Everybody gonna die. You have to be proven. And that's what all this is about, is being proven.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Right. So it's not going to be no easy cakewalk. It's not going to be easy peasy. It's going to be tribulation, man. It's going to be hardships that we enter into the kingdom of heaven, and that tribulation is going to separate those that are the elect from those that are not the elect. You know.
I know you got something.
This talking about the scoffers.
Wait, before you get that, let me get this.
Okay,
since you go into that, let me get this real quick. This is also what you said is 2 Ezra 16 and 70. I'm sorry, 70. It's 2 Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next city and a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, and they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh.
But this is what we're partaking in. I mean, we're letting you know the kingdom is word. We're gonna have to go through things like this, man, in that time. Continue, bro.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's why the scripture say, be as a pilgrim on the earth. Talking about you got property.
Right. You don't even own a allodial title, which is the bank, which is the title that Esau owned. You just
can't get that.
He's basically a long time renter. You know? Yeah.
Verse
exactly.
You can't get that shit. He owned you. This verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So that's how you're gonna know who Yahweh Shem Shai is dealing with. If you didn't got raped by 50 dudes and you a man, the Lord ain't dealing with you.
Right.
That's he.
Right.
You gonna know. Everybody gonna know who the Lord is dealing with, who he's not, because of the judgment. You might see a man eating. That's and you see he been good. The Lord gonna be dealing with him. It's because we're coming in times where you're gonna need spiritual help. If you don't have spiritual help in these last days, you're gonna be shit out of luck. Right. This verse 74. Hear ye, O my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide, and the guide of them that who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahshua power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquity lift up themselves. Mm-hmm. Showing that you're not supposed to be in no low, fucked up spirit, just thinking the Lord gonna kill you all the time. Because we ain't shit, and the Lord can kill us and take us out this truth at any time. But you can't let that weigh you down. You can't let them demons come into you. Well, they're going to come in the head, but you can't let them take you over. Oh, you're not a man of the Lord. And you just running with that. Oh, I know I fucked up. I know. Why the Lord ain't going to have mercy on me. That's them demons, man. You can't let your iniquities weigh you down. Yeah, we all fucked up. We sinned. But now you have the truth. The Lord has given us the truth. There's no excuse not to be doing this work. No matter what the fuck we've done in the past, it could be the Lord has all we done, man, and He still gave us the truth. So that's not a excuse not to do this work. There's no excuse to not be doing this work. You can't. If you're not doing this work, you're just unprofitable and unfaithful nigga. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has given us His truth, even though we've done complete wickedness before His eyes, and He's shown mercy. Mm-hmm. So that's why you can't let your sins lift up themselves either, because that keeps a balance. Because you know you ain't shit at the end of the day. This truth is all through mercy, man. The mercies of the Heavenly Father, and niggas don't want that. They want to be puffed up. They want to be proud. But that's this world overcoming them. That's them demons beating their ass. And
go ahead.
And that shows that y'all not in the body of Yahushua, because Yahushua defeated Satan. If you're in the body of Yahushua, you're gonna win against Satan at the end of the day, because the Lord beat him 2,000 years ago. Yeah. So
this is a 2 Corinthians. This is how you know if you're doing yourself right, because you're gonna have to actually constantly do this, because we know we're in this flesh, and we know what we're battling, but you're gonna have to. This is second. You have to examine yourself. This is 2 Corinthians 13:5. It says, "Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own self. Know ye not your own self. Don't you know your own self? Don't you know what you would do? Won't you know that you know yourself. So you better stay on. You better stay on yourself. Keep your mind kingdom minded, man. Be ready and prepared for what the world is about to bring, man. Prepare yourself and wait for the day for Yahweh Shah. Because the time is gonna come where you're gonna actually have to, you ain't gonna have nothing but the guidance from the Holy Spirit, man. Which we going through now. You every day you got your daily life. You're so used to having a fan on, everything else, air conditioning, water, But now you got to examine yourself, and know that you're in the faith. Wi-Fi, know you're in the faith, to believe, because it's going to be a time where you're not going to be able to just go to the refrigerator. You're not going to be able to just walk and hop in the car and go and get you something to eat. You're going to be hiding in the same spot for hours. Just hours, maybe a day or two. So. And examine yourself that you in the faith, to know that the time, you gotta have to keep checking yourself. Look, whoa, let me rebuke that demon. That's a fight you gotta go through. Let me finish it. And how the Yahweh Shai is in you, except ye be reprobates. And know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is in you. You don't, man, you find that you're a reprobate when the brother said you got 50 niggas trying to eat you or molest you, man, and it actually happened. That ain't no real good, that won't be no good situation, man. The angel that took the Most High took the heads from you at that moment,
On your property.
Yeah, that's good.
On your property.
Yeah, they might come on your property and do that.
Yeah.
Uninvited.
Sirach 2, my son, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure.
He told them all, hey, you come to the Lord, you better be ready. You better be ready to fight. It's like when you come into a boxing gym or a mixed martial arts gym. It's, hey, what you here for? This ain't gonna be no patty cake. We fighting in here. This ain't no. That's why they have you sign the waiver and shit, just in case if you get hurt.
You can't go tell your mama.
Nope.
Or you die in that ring. The other person is not excused from killing you.
Exactly. Hey, this is a mutual combat.
And something else. y'all keep fucking around, it ain't gonna be well. There ain't no cloak for your sin because you know what the fuck is going on. So why y'all want to keep bullshitting around and instead of teaching the damn truth? I just don't get that shit. Wake up with many souls as we can before we get the fuck up out of here. Do the damn work. Make not haste in thy time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in the last end.
Part out from
Shit. Hey, we want out of this motherfucker.
Exactly. You want in this motherfucker. We don't want to be in this motherfucker. They got property. Hey, let's meet. Hey, man.
You fucked up. You fucked yourself up. Making excuses.
Your love upon things on this earth. Yeah. Your love upon things on high.
Right. Treasure up in heaven, man. Right. The lost of growth does not corrupt, man. This is a serious thing, man. This ain't to see what the apostles got to say. So, oh shit, I can jump back in. They like double dutch. Wait for my time. Wait for the time where the rope go and you can hop in and shit. This ain't that time, man. Because you squaring off with juggernauts in this word, man.
They punch drunk.
They
fucked up.
You're swinging.
They swinging everywhere. They don't know what's going on. They punch you. You niggas is punch drunk, man. You don't know what's going on. Y'all punch drunk. Your head, your skull, your brain is touching your skull, and you completely fucked up. And you not even swinging. You just in the ring, circling.
I misspoke it, and I just found the scripture. Colossians 3 and 2. Set your affection on things above and not things on the earth.
Like property got earth. And not every time just being sarcastic, but don't worry. We don't have shit. We can't get shit, can't keep shit. Somebody always asks for some shit that was some shit. We in debt.
Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead.
We in the land of America. You just want executive order from the Edomites taking everything from yours.
That's right.
So shit.
China got trade wars with America. Now Europe is talking about trade wars. What do you think that's gonna end up to be? You start with money. That trade wars it's 50 billion. So China said, "Fuck it, we gonna tax your shit for 50 billion." And they did basically half the products that America was taxing. Now Europe said some parts of Europe said the same thing about being, the tariff. Hey, look, man, that entail will bring that grinding season. That will bring that grinding season. And when that happens,
they
no bars.
They
think about
property.
Your properties. The bars that you got on the windows ain't gonna hold no woods. Ain't gonna hold nothing, man. The Most High is about the latest place.
You got bars
flat.
Jacob run.
The fight is not over yet. We in the quarterfinals of the. It's only a couple minutes left on the bell, and these niggas done got knocked the fuck out, clean, gone, and they lost, man. But Lord will, the fight we endure to the end, it's gonna be all worth it at the end. Them niggas is a necessary evil, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be all worth it. It's gonna be worth the scoffing, the scorning, because Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna give his men everything, and you niggas gonna receive the kingdom too, but you're gonna be in the kingdom with shame. But the elect isn't gonna have that shame. That's gonna be a horrible reward for you to have shame in the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom and the promises that the Lord has given us is worth the fight, brothers. Is worth it all at the end of the day. These niggas, these bitches, these haters, but everybody, man. Like the brother said before we started, we're GMS is loners in Israel. Fuck these Israelites, man. Fuck the 2/3, fuck all them, man. Because the fight that we're fighting is gonna be worth all of it at the end of the day. And all the ones who've been talking shit against the apostles, against us, against men personally, like the Apostle Tahar, the Apostle Gabar, the brothers, all y'all gonna be put to death, man. And the men that y'all talk shit about is gonna be in them chariots, which aren't fucking clouds, actual fucking clouds, air, whatever fucking clouds made out of water vapor. It's not that, man. It's gonna be the metal ships saving us. Well, I got something.
I just got this real
Gold
quick. I'm just gonna make a spiritual analogy. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. All right, and now I'm relating this to the fact that what was the Holy Land called? All right, it was the land of milk and honey. If you don't put in your brick, like the saying in the world is, you're not gonna be able to take part of it. All right, you're gonna be the Israelites, you're not gonna be a part of the first fruits. If you want the things that's written in these scriptures, just like the Most High said it in the days of old, I will keep y'all in this land. I'm gonna keep blessing y'all. Y'all just have to do what I say. The same thing applies now. You have to, if you wanna eat, you gotta work. Literally in this world. You wanna eat food, you wanna go out somewhere, you have to work. The same for the truth. If you want to take part in that milk and honey, spiritually speaking, in the kingdom and the rewards, all right, without being fucking shamed for a whole rest of, or shamed for however long that time of period is gonna be, then you need to put your brick in, and you have to suffer through it through whatever weather conditions, hell, sleet, rain, snow. Motherfuckers talking shit, motherfuckers throwing rocks while you trying to build.
Demons, spiritual demons, Satan fucking with you.
Shit, have no regard for your life.
Yeah.
You know, shit. If you die doing this work, that's not a bad thing. That's a great thing. You know.
I got something just to back you up real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know, your labor is not in vain in the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua. So we don't labor in vain. We labor to receive a reward. We labor to receive the kingdom of heaven. Got it.
Now this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16 and 17. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And Egghead and Novice Rider, y'all didn't let that man perish, man. Y'all didn't let the inward man be renewed day by day. Verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So all this that we going through, the elect, when they get in the kingdom, they're going to be like, oh, that was just a light affliction. Everything that we're going to have to go through, you know?
It is. It's light. Niggas talking shit about it. Niggas talking shit. Who cares? You niggas, you're not even talking about us, really. You speaking against the Lord. The Lord don't play that shit. He gonna kill you. That's all. It's a light affliction. This ain't like the times where you niggas could come and kill the prophets. Yeah, of course some brothers gonna die, but all the prophets ain't gonna die this time, man. It's gonna be shown who the men of the Lord are in these last days. Fuck you niggas, man. You niggas, when all hell break loose, you niggas is gonna cry to your mama, man. You gonna be crying to your mama. And she ain't gonna help you.
She heathens. Some of you, y'all mamas is heathens.
Yeah.
She most definitely ain't gonna help you.
Yeah.
It's going in chains.
Yeah. And you.
So like
you got it.
I'm not saying I got somebody. I'm not saying you got some too.
This is one of my favorite scriptures. Luke 12 and 42, because you know this is about the reward of doing this work, and he who then that faithful and wise servant, and it's like whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, shall give him their portion of meat in due season. Blessed is he, that servant, who the Most High, when he cometh, shall find doing so doing of that truth that I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat his servants, his men servant and maidens, and eat and drink to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in the day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers.
Like working on his property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 50 dudes gonna show up.
Because they done broke out the prison.
Yeah.
At the street.
And the Lord he gonna be torn asunder.
I have
By
a
that
verse.
time.
This is the book of John, chapter 6, and verse 63. Because see, you niggas, y'all so jealous and spiteful of the apostles and the elders, but this is they doctrine. This is not their doctrine, man. This is all through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. St. John chapter 6 and verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the doctrine that we, us men up under great millstone, fall up under, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, the apostle just bring it out.
Yeah, and
That's why it's called the apostles' doctrine.
that's and the Yahweh Shai chose the apostles and elders to bestowed it upon them to bring it out, man. You know, first start with their elders, Abba Bivens, on down, man. You know, continuing on in verse 64. But there are some of you that believe not. For Yahweh Shai knew from the beginning who they were that believe not, and who should betray him.
So this ain't nothing new. Yahweh Shai knew what was gonna happen at the beginning. He knew you niggas was gonna fall out. He knew that you niggas was gonna be spiteful in the camps. It would be wicked in the camps to do erroneous, have your mind having wickedness, wickedly doing things to brothers. He knew what you niggas was gonna do, but these guys gotta come in because they crept in unawares, you know, and because they left because, you know, said many are called and few are chosen.
Okay.
You left with understanding and knowledge from the apostles, which the Most High gave spirit to break down the correct doctrine, and you left and went to fallacies and lies. So you condemn, you know, from all that. You had your opportunity to just continue in the work and will, but you took it and spewed it out. You
dropped the ball.
You dropped the ball. You
Took your hand off the clock.
fumbled. That's what happened. You fumbled, bro.
Yeah.
There's no other way. You was given the Holy Spirit, and you forsook it just for your own vainglory.
That's not our fault.
And it's not our fault.
I got two more verses on this. Verse 65. And he said, therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. Now here's the point in verse 66. From that time on, from that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him.
See,
That's y'all. They back and they left.
right,
Yeah.
right, because they couldn't even hear the spiritual thing about what Yahweh Shai was saying. So they just
They couldn't handle
they
it. They
couldn't
left.
handle it. They left, and many of them left. Right, and went back and went to the world. So it didn't just happen here; it happened all through the
They
incarnation.
was Yahweh himself.
That's called.
For the
They
reward,
left it
what they gonna
And
receive.
they've seen the miracles. he did.
Yeah.
You see the scriptures that's been broken down in the right way. He walked away
It
from
was
it.
like,
Right.
I was like,
Oh, man, they started murmuring, man. And it was, and then when it was always said by the apostles, don't deal with guys that got put out because there's a reason they got put out. They got demons on them. Suck that demon right up in you, man. Like basically, you just gave the demon room. You made room. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Push it. Let me get 9 in here. 9 more demons. 9 demons.
It's already 8.
Hey, ain't enough. Let me get the
Right.
9 in this month. Change everything. Yeah. Next gonna be reptilians in the doctrine. Watch. You know?
Finishing off Luke 12:47, and that servant which knew his Lord will and appeared not himself, neither according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. And this is your reward. Y'all knew what was supposed to happen, what was going down. And you knew that this right here is going to happen to you. But y'all still decided to take the whipping.
I heard Kyle read that scripture before when he was in the camp. So you know what the judgment gonna be.
Yeah.
Y'all know what the judgment gonna be.
Well, how about Timmy Outside's gonna whoop the shit out of your motherfucking ass?
Hey, it lights up, man. And you know what? That's just desserts. You know. Hey, that's probably punishment for what you did in your last incarnation. If you a nigga in this one, that nigga don't continue.
Shit, might give my man even more because he was a camp leader.
Yeah.
It took me in with it.
God, you know,
Them niggas is gone to where the rest?
shit, you gotta atone for they shit too.
Where
The people that you pull down with you.
Where Darth Vader at? Where your flunkies at? Gorilla Glue.
Darth Vader.
Gorilla Glue. Where your flunkies at? Why ain't they doing videos? Why you one ever in contact with Niles and Nathan? Or what they call
Novice Ryan.
Novice Ryan.
Because he's a novice.
Where Dark Lord and all them niggas at? You by yourself, homeboy.
Not my last video.
That was it?
Yeah, I guess all those there.
I ain't watch it.
Hey, I didn't
It's a lot. If I
They
spoke,
sound like that fig tree that bears no fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, your house, Shimmy outside walked up to him and said, "Die!" And that motherfucker died right then and there. You know,
Someone producing that.
cuz, you know.
Right. And so, hey, you know, this is just part of the doctrine. This is part of the doctrine that has to be, you know. Hey, you can not believe it or not. Besides, it made strong your delusion that you should believe a lie. The delusion is your delusion, no. Yeah. So, you know. So, and with that, we want to give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Bakar Kadash.
Double honors to the apostle noted, the brave minister of peace. Salutations to you brothers out here, sincerely doing his work in truth. And Shalom. We are the
So, blah.
I like that title.